Welcome to the Cabral Concept, where board-certified naturopath and integrative health practitioner Dr. Stephen Cabral shares how he was diagnosed at the age of 17 with a life-altering illness and given no hope for recovery. It was only after studying and traveling all over the world did he discover how to combine ancient Ayurvedic healing practices with state-of-the-art naturopathic and functional medicine to fully rebalance the body and re-energize it with life. It's time to discover how to get well, lose weight, and finally feel alive again. And now, here's your host, Dr. Stephen Cabral.
Hi, everyone. Great to be here with you today on episode 2002. What a week it has been. Love being able to share a lot of what has gone on over this past week with episode 2000 debuting on Wednesday. And really just, again, appreciate all of the nice comments and reviews and everything that people have been writing in on the really the past almost six years or so now, which is pretty unbelievable of the show, a daily podcast that, started out as me in a private practice where nobody had any idea who I was really outside of Boston, and just trying to do good work, just trying to help people from an integrative health-based perspective, open the largest wellness center ever in the Boston area. We were helping 10,000 plus people a year just at that wellness center, another 10,000 plus appointments a year at our other location, which was really based more on body transformation. And again, 250,000 people later, really moving more towards online and wanted to share people exactly what we were doing. I mean, it was all word of mouth and it was all referral based. And we were just very fortunate to be able to work with great people and help them get really great results. And that's just grown over the past, 5 years or so on the podcast, the Cabral Concept. Every day, just plugging away and trying to provide you 20 more minutes of information about true, unbiased natural health. And I take everything in consideration, whether it's Ayurvedic medicine, traditional Chinese medicine, bioregulatory medicine, Eastern-based philosophy, functional medicine, naturopathic, you name it. Whatever works, I want to bring that to people. And I want to share with them that there's a solution, right? There's always a way. You're going to be able to figure it out and just every day trying to do that. And so, there's a lifetime that I've spent learning this, 25 years. And if you go back from the first show and you just listen straight through, as long as it takes you, you're going to get that natural health-based education. I really believe that. That's what it's meant to be. Nothing more, nothing less. Is just trying to do my part and pay it forward for all of the different mentors that I've had in my life. So it's been a great week. We had a fun giveaways, I should say, not just one. A really fun episode 2000. I'm not going to give that show away. Hopefully you tuned into that. It was just 2 days ago. If not, of course, where you can find all the shows. The previous shows are at stephencabral.com/podcast. And again, I'm not going to continue to make too big a deal of it, but it meant a lot to me. It really did. Any show before this, except for episode 1000, was kind of no big deal. And, when you're doing a show a day, it takes about 3 years, right, to get through 1,000 shows. So we're not going to have an episode 3000 for almost 3 years. But of course, I'll be here, episode 3000, still here on the Cabral Concept. So it's what I love to do. And again, I'm just very appreciative that people tune in and that it seems that they hopefully get a little bit of help from each show. So once again, thank you so much. Thank you for being a part of this journey. I appreciate you. All right, what else is going on for our updates before we get started with our product review of the week, which is a free app right on this phone. I want to share with you that. And I think I have 8 books to share with you today. Yes, 8 books, recommendations from a colleague of mine that I very much appreciate and also highly respect. I'll bring you that. I've got 2 research-based studies, one with THC, CBD, surgery, anesthesia, another one with mold that you'll definitely want to stay tuned for. All right, so we talked about episode 2000. Again, amazing week. I'll probably be talking about it for the next couple of weeks, so please just humor me. And what I also wanted to share was, it's over now, but we did our semi-annual sale over at Equalife. Now, you have to keep in mind, Equalife is not a marketing-based company. Equalife is not a Silicon Valley startup with $50 million like a lot of these other companies have, right? This is a company that was my Boston private practice that was slowly brought online in late 2016. We just started offering the detox to people. People again, it works, right? So people loved it. And then we started bringing on a couple more products that we use. And then we started bringing on a few more labs. And now it's our entire practice online as of 2019. So in 2019, things are really taking off. We started to build up the team even more. And over the last, this is basically our third big year. And we've offered this semi-annual sale, and it's been just great. Again, there's no doubt about it. I mean, it's myself as the head formulator for the company. But I also have a chief scientist on our team that goes with these formulations. And we talk about it all the time. Nobody creates more expensive products, meaning not to you, but for us. Our margins, which just means the money that the company makes, right, between the price they make it for and what they offer it as. Nobody makes less than we do, honestly. We give you the best possible prices because they're normal prices in the industry, what we offer, right, for a functional medicine product. But ours, if you look at our ingredients, it's just stacked with the real dosages, with good, clean products that have been third-party tested. So I'm proud of that. Again, that's what it's always been about. Best products out there, no doubt about it. Compare it to others. That's it. And so anyway, semi-annual sale, we give you the opportunity twice a year to save up to 25% store-wide. That was a wild success. So I'm just glad. I'm glad that people were able to stock up and get what they needed, and especially labs, they can, because labs, remember, a lot of people guess. A lot of people guess, maybe this is wrong, maybe that's wrong, and they try this, they try that. With lab testing, there's no more guessing, right? Here it is. This is what's wrong. Let's work on it. Let's repair it. Let's rebalance it, and then you'll be better 3 to 4 months, right? That's how it works. All right. That is that. One more thing I wanted to talk about with you today, and that is today being what? The end of July, right? What's today? The 30th? Yeah, it's the 30th. So this is tomorrow is literally the last day to become and sign up for a certified health coach at the Integrative Health Practitioner Institute. If you sign up by tomorrow, you can literally get level 1 certified by October into November, right? End of October. And you become level 2 certified potentially by the first month, by January of 2022. So I know that seems far off, but you can literally be level 1 and level 2 certified. Level 1 definitely this year. Level 2 by January if you sign up now, which means that you can start 2022 as a certified health coach with all of the major designations and begin to live out your passion, even if it's for literally 5 hours a week working part-time, which we have many people doing. So no previous experience is necessary. We've got about probably 25% nurses, dietitians, doctors, 25% personal trainers, yoga in the fitness-based industry, and 50% with no experience whatsoever. It's an amazing community, amazing organization that I'm happy to be a part of, and that you can find that out at integrativehealthpractitioner.org. All right. And last but not least, what do we have going on this week after that huge semi-annual sale over at equa.life? This week is our daily fruit and vegetable blend bags debut. And that means that when you purchase 2 of our new daily fruit and vegetable blend bags, we're actually going to give you one of those nice glass canisters that we gave away with our new daily nutritional support bags. Just to let you peek behind the curtain a bit here, the daily nutritional support bags are now outselling the bottles, like the canisters, which is pretty phenomenal. So people love the low waste bags that they can just crinkle up, they can reuse with other stuff, they can do whatever. And in my house, we have 4 glass canisters. So literally we've got a lot of things going in there, really easy to use. And the glass canisters are obviously eco-friendly and sustainable. They're glass canisters. They've got the beautiful EcoLife logo right there with the 2 rings combining together, right, for dynamic equilibrium, connected together, representing balance and unity. And then you've got the bamboo top and it's airtight. So pretty fantastic. You can get your glass canister, which is either a $14.95 or $19.95 value. I don't actually know because I don't set that. But you can get that completely free. And that is over at equi.life, equa.life. All right, check it out. This week's podcast, we're already talking about episode 2000. I'm not going to give it away. I hope that you check it out. But on Monday, I love this topic, and I do hope that you tune into it. It was in episode 1998. Reduce friction to move faster to your goals. So hopefully during this episode, I help to dissolve all of those excuses and allow you to be less anxious, less overwhelmed when achieving your goals in a much simpler fashion. Episode 1999 was the 10 big benefits beyond weight loss for intermittent fasting. So I think I actually called it, I had a great name for it. I don't know if I can find it here, but it was all B's. It was, anyway, the reason why I say it was great is because I could barely say it during the episode. I was like stumbling over the phrase over and over, which for me, I like to keep all the flaws in there. I like to keep all of it real, especially for a lot of our IHPs or a lot of other people that are developing their podcasts or anybody in any field. I want you to know that you don't need to be perfect. I've made it through 2,000 episodes and far from perfect, of course, on this microphone. Sometimes I feel like English maybe a second language for me because there's a lot of certainly word flubs, I guess, as a nice way of saying it. And that's okay, right? Because the information is there, the intent is there, hopefully the content is there, and it's okay to not be perfect. All right. And then yesterday was Nurka. Nurka is literally one of the biggest names that maybe you haven't even heard of yet in the mind performance transformation based space. So we really had a great interview yesterday. She's someone that used to work as one of Tony Robbins' top trainers and has her own company, has had her own company for the past 21 years. And we started to go into how to overcome a lot of the subconscious blocks that people have. So you'll definitely want to check that out. That was a fun interview on Conversations with Cabral. Okay, now let's get into the next part to our show, which is going to be our product review of the week. And the product review of the week is called the Heart Rate Light app. I am going to directly link to it from stephencabral.com/2002. Now, it could not be easier. I'm going to see if I can hold this up to you, although it is difficult on while filming. So if you look right here, you'll see that there's just zeros, right? And then a start button. And then all you're going to do in the back of your phone is put your fingers over the camera and the light right there. Now, I have an iPhone Pro, which is why it has all those fancy cameras on the back, because I use this actually for filming sometimes, and it's a 4K camera. Literally, back in the day, I bought this expensive camera. This is better than that expensive camera. I can hold it in my hand. So anyway, you press start, and you literally put your finger right over the back, and that's it. And in about 15 seconds, not even, it's going to get you your heart rate. It says it's detecting. While I'm talking, my heart rate's probably going to be in the 80s. Yep. See if I can relax here for a second. Sorry about the dead air. It says not to talk. There we go. So even while talking and being a little bit hyped up, still it gives you your heart rate, and you can see right there, 72, right? So typically my heart rate when I'm just relaxing at my desk, probably it's going to be in the mid 50s. That's typically what it is. Overnight, it's in the low 50s. I'm not a 40s kind of heart rate guy. I know some people are. Mine's typically in the low to mid 50s. And that's where my heart rate is. While I'm amped up doing a podcast, 72 seems pretty normal. So you can actually say, what state are you measuring in? Resting, walking, or exercise? And it gives you a really strong result. How do I know that it's accurate? I measure it against my Apple Watch versus this, and it's actually dead on, and this is free. So if you ever want to take your heart rate in just about 10 seconds time, I'm going to link this up. Heart Rate Light, pretty cool little app. Free, obviously. That's a nice price as well. All right, let's go over our book reviews of the week. Now, I can't take any credit for this whatsoever, and I always like to give credit where credit's due. I had Dr. Nicole LaPera on my show before. It was episode 1728. So if you go to stephencabral.com/1728, I'll link that up here today, of course. Really amazing. She is basically the authority, the expert in the inner child-based work. But she posted a list on her Instagram, which I'll link to, of some recent books that she's read that she gave higher reviews to. And if she gives higher reviews and she's really an authority in the space, I thought it might be nice for me to pass that on to you if you don't already follow her. All right. So the first one is this: No Bad Parts by Dr. Richard Schwartz. IFS is founded in the belief that we each have a self, or what we call authentic self, plus various other developmentally young parts of ourselves that are traumatized and need healing. This book is a compassionate approach of loving all parts of ourselves and meeting them with curiosity. So really nice. That's the first one. Number 2 is Somatic Internal Family Systems Theory. This is by Susan McConnell, and we cannot talk our way out of trauma. Plus, the body must be brought into treatment. This book is a must-read for learning how to heal through the body. All right, so that's book number 2. Book number 3 is Embodying or Becoming Safety Embodied. This is by Deirdre Fay, a must-read for those doing self-work to integrate mind, body, and soul. Our first attachments create how we feel about ourselves, others, and the world. The book teaches us how to create safety and heal our world. Book number 4 is Inner Bonding Becoming a Loving Adult to Your Inner Child by Dr. Margaret Paul. One of the best books, hands down, on inner child healing. The workbook is amazing too. I've read this one. It's excellent. Self-Therapy by Dr. J. Early, a guide to healing yourself, incredibly practical and helpful by anyone on a healing journey. I haven't read this one. I've read another one by Dr. Early, so a great book there. Book number 6 of 8 is Childhood Disrupted by Donna Jackson Nakazawa, a paradigm-shifting book on how childhood trauma impacts your genetic expression, how we inherit biology through the environment we are raised in, plus how to heal. Book number 7 of 8 is Set Boundaries, Find Peace by Nedra Glover Tawwab. Nedra is a gifted content creator. I've been following her since I first came to Instagram and admire her simplistic, practical teaching on boundaries. In my opinion, boundaries are key in reclaiming our spiritual self. Her book is just like her Instagram teaching, clear and enlightening. And the last one that Dr. LaPera recommends is Transcending Trauma by Dr. Frank Anderson. Cried a few times through this one, beautifully done, a true guide to understanding the inner child, young parts of the self, plus how you can take the journey of healing and loving yourself. There you go. 8 books from a holistic psychologist on how to heal that inner child and deal with any previous trauma in your life. All right. Hopefully that was helpful. And you know what I'll do is I'll actually link every single one of these up right to Amazon or other places that you can buy them. Okay, I'll do that at stephencabral.com/2002 to make it easy. Make sure you get the right one. And then our 2 research studies for the day. The first one is this. Which one's the first one? On CBD THC. All right. This is important. We've got a lot of people using THC now, especially now that it's legalized. A lot of people using CBD-based products. This is really only important for people using more full spectrum because full spectrum has the most benefit, but I digress. So here's what it said. This is done by Ian Holman, a doctor and an anesthesiologist resident at the University of Colorado School of Medicine in Aurora. Research was presented at the annual meeting of the American Society of Anesthesiologists. And what he concluded and found was that people that are using THC or CBD-based products, that they may have a higher pain tolerance. So they need to tell their doctor or anesthesiologist before surgery. In a study of 118 patients undergoing surgery to repair leg fractures, regular cannabis users required more anesthesia, reported more pain, and received 58% more daily opioids during their hospital stays. Regular cannabis use may affect pain tolerance. All right. So anything to worry about? Not really, right? Not really, except let your doctor or anesthesiologist or both know that you are a regular THC or CBD-based user because you may need more pain medication during surgeries. Okay? And that's because CBD and THC work on pain on a daily basis on those CB1, CB2-based receptors when you are taking the products. All right, the second research I wanted to give you was just a fun one. This is from Family Handyman. And basically it says how to prevent and treat mold on your household, on your houseplant soils. Why is this important? We work with a lot of people with mold toxicity. We run a mold toxicity-based lab. You can find that over at EcoLife, eco.life/labs for mold toxicity. And a lot of it is airborne, okay? So if you have plants in your home, I have tons of plants in my office, right? And I've got tons of plants in my house. They're great as air cleaners. However, if they have mold on them, now those mold spores are circulating and you're breathing them in. Not ideal. So let's go into this. fuzzy white mold that you might see in your plants or soil is a big issue for overall health. A good way to prevent that is to make sure that you don't overwater your plants. I was a classic overwaterer back in the day. Now I know that's one of the best ways to kill a plant is to overwater it. Now I just water them once a week. You want to keep them also, besides overwatering, keep them in appropriate size pots that also allow for drainage. So if there's too much water, it will drain out into basically like a saucer, right, on the bottom of that. If it does not allow drainage from your pot, ideally it's a clay pot that will absorb some of it, or if not, just really be careful not to overwater. Remove any dead leaves that have fallen onto the soil because they can decay and cause mold and trap the mold can grow under the leaves. And then keep your plants where there's good airflow and natural light. That's a great recommendation as well, because dark, moist, shaded environments is a great place for where mold can grow. Now, if you start to see mold on the actual soil, this was an interesting one. Scrape away the mold. Be careful with it. That's a good time to actually wear a mask. And believe it or not, sprinkling cinnamon, which has antifungal properties, can be put on top of the soil or even be made into a fungicide-based spray. I used to use thyme, still use thyme or neem, but this is really nice because you can just take literally a bottle of your cinnamon, which you probably don't use a ton of, and you can sprinkle it right on top of that soil or plant leaf as needed. So I love being able to bring these little actionable tidbits to you. Of course, if they're ever helpful, please do feel free to share them with anybody else you could believe they could serve. And don't forget to tune in tomorrow where we are back with our Cabral house calls, answering our community's questions each and every weekend. Take care, everyone. Have an amazing weekend, and I'll talk with you soon. Thank you so much for tuning into today's show. And you know that what I love to do on a weekly basis is to see if we can come up with some new opportunities for you to be able to save while at the same time get the very best functional medicine-based products in the world. And I mean that all of these products are third-party tested. They are made in the United States, and they come from the very best ingredients. And this week, what we have for you is the ability to get 2 bags of the daily fruit and vegetable blends. So our very best 22 organic fruits and vegetables that have been literally juiced and dehydrated and put in their purest form right in this bag for you from 22 organic fruits and vegetables and superfoods. And you get that in their brand new containers, a low waste based bag. People have loved the daily nutritional support bags so much that we wanted to do the same for the daily fruit and vegetable blend. So now you can get these nice low waste based bags, easy to travel with. Plus, we're giving you a completely free eco glass container. That means that you get this glass container with beautiful etching on it of the EcoLife logos of the 2 circles coming together to form dynamic equilibrium, balance, unity. You get that with its bamboo airtight cover, so totally sustainable, eco-friendly, looks great on your countertop. Purchase 2 daily fruit and vegetable blends. Remember, 22 organic fruits and vegetables, a rainbow of colors. There's no way that you could eat all of this in a day. All of these different colors, all of these different fruits and vegetables and superfoods. You get 2 bags, and what we do is we ship you a glass eco canister completely free to put that right on your counter so that you know it's there each and every day to keep your healthy regimen going. For this great offer, head on over to equi.life. That's eco.life for this exclusive offer. Take care, everyone.